Grind off the heads of the rivets on the stock reed block using a bench or angle grinder or a Dremel. They need to be smooth and flush. Mount them in a vise perfectly flat and use a center punch and a hammer to center punch the exact center of the rivets. Next, use a number 36 drill bit to drill through the steel backing plate and all the way through the reed block for each rivet. Use a drill press if you can, because these holes must be perfectly perpendicular to the face of the reed block. If you have to use a hand drill, be very careful. The tap and the drill bit should be sold together as a set at most auto parts or hardware stores. You will be using a number 632 tap to tap the holes you just drilled. Do this very carefully, being certain to keep everything perfectly perpendicular, because the reed block is very soft zinc and it can easily tap crooked or become cross-threaded. Next, you will be using a Dremel to grind out the bridges of the reed block. A carbide burr makes quick work of the soft zinc, so be careful. Don't grind past the sealing edges where the reeds contact the face. Now you can see the significant increase in flow area through the reed block. The center bridge can also be knife edged. Clean up the burrs and make sure everything flows clean and smooth. You will need to maintain a 1/4 inch sealing face area around the full perimeter of the reed. Finally, you will be using the supplied screws and the Loctite and the reeds to install the reeds. Apply the Loctite to the screws and install the screws. Be careful not to over tighten them, as the zinc is very soft and will strip easily. Make sure the screws go in perfectly perpendicular and the screw faces seat evenly against the reeds. You will see that the screws protrude slightly into the flow path. You can grind these smooth with a Dremel if you want to, but it's not necessary. Check to make sure the reed seals tightly against the sealing face. Then finally you will make 2 gaskets to replace the old Batavus gaskets that you got rid of. Make these out of quality gasket paper, and you shouldn't need any gasket sealant whatsoever. Install everything the same way that it came apart, and install a 15 or 16 millimeter SHA carburetor using the 19 millimeter shim, the most common shim used on Puch, Polini, or Moped manifolds. Good luck, and thank you for using Moped Factory products.